Welcome back to Game On, and let's talk about the return of the PSL. It starts as early as Monday, and some big matches to look forward to on Monday here. And it's all about the race for number 3, including down at the bottom. First up, Ovid College, out of the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium against Kaizer Chiefs. Chiefs, of course, looking to get into number 3. Ovid, we know it's about survival for them, but a huge game for both these sides.
Huge game indeed, because if you look at Chiefs, they want to make sure that they want to stay up there with all the controversy that are happening in the camp, and they would want to make sure that they get the 3 points out of Orbit, and obviously Orbit want to win this game. But now, what I'm looking at, it is like Orbit are a team that is based in the Northwest, and they are using Olympia Stadium. Maybe for them to take this game to Gqeberha is because of security reasons, because something happened when they played Mamelodi Sundowns from Great Vibes, to say, in terms of
safety,
security and stuff. I think for them, maybe they thought it would be much easier to take Chiefs to Gqeberha, but I think that would be a big advantage for Kaizer Chiefs, because people out there, Balandel is in Pofan.
And I'll tell you what, for the Northwest, they've waited so long for the return of PSL football that to take it away altogether with places like Modeling available. I don't know what the politics is behind it, but it would hurt, of course, as well for the locals not to have a game where Kaizer Chiefs are playing locally in the Northwest, I'm sure.
But you know, I mean, it's something which has been happening years back in terms of tradition and all of these things. You know, you still remember Platinum Stars, there were problems, Bahata, this and that. But I think for this one, I thought maybe Orbit College can be more neutral. You know, but for them to take this game, I think it's more of security reasons. Even the people there will have to understand if they did attend the game of Orbit against Sundowns. So their safety is much a concern in the public. So yeah, maybe that was the reason.
Amazulu, Skukune, both of them in the race against Kaizer Chiefs for number 3. This is you playing your direct enemy, the person you're competing against immediately. Again, another 6-pointer this.
We have to see which team is better, because for me both teams, it's like it's more like, you know, riding the waves. One time they get to give you that better performance, the performance that it's 100% and you can bet on them. Both teams, in fact. So now somehow for this encounter, I see a draw in this one.
Big games on Tuesday. Durban City, after the weekend, they're going to have. They face Mamelodi Sundowns as early as Tuesday again at the Chatsworth Stadium.
Well, I think players will be tired by then. And they are coming to face a formidable side in Mamelodi Sundowns. So on this one, Darren Kidd, sorry my brother, but he has finally could make finish. I think Sundowns will get the 3 points.
Now, Orlando Pirates at home to Golden Arrows. There's another big game.
Another big game. It's not going to be easy for Pirates. I mean, you're talking about a team that plays brilliant football. They're not lucky maybe in terms of finishing. You know, Mniti, what is doing with this team. Players that are young, energetic, they want to prove a point, coming to Amstel Arena. So it's going to be something that is going to be a difficult game for the Pirates.
It will be difficult indeed. Now, there is another huge game to think about on Tuesday for those of you that are looking forward to the week's action. Magesi against Marumo Kellen. So battle for those right at the bottom of the log table as well as far as the relegation battle. That another 6-pointer. So all of the games that will be coming up with week are worth ensuring that you do cash. Now, we've been talking about Hollywood bets and some of the best teams in Gauteng coming together in as far as Kasi football to find out who the kings of Gauteng are. That was, of course, a week ago. Let's get to catch up on what happened with the Hollywood Bets Gauteng Kasi Championships. Jerry?
The battle lines were drawn and the township of Duduza was ready as the Hollywood Bets Gauteng Kasi Championships came to town. 8 teams, the best of the best. This tournament was a battle between the finest teams in Gauteng and a spectacle tailor-made for the fans.
This is the Hollywood Bets Gauteng Kasi Championship. It is the inaugural Hollywood Bets Gauteng Kasi Championship, which is, in short, the Champions League of Kasi football in Gauteng. So we're really proud. Our involvement here is start to finish. So we've created a quintessential, uniquely Kasi footballing experience for all the best Kasi football sides in Gauteng. So this is basically our Hollywood Bets, event, where we want to incentivize Kasi football stakeholders in every sense of the word, from the economic ecosystem outside the stadium, to the tournament organizers that we sponsor, to the players that participate here, and to the eventual winners that stand a chance to walk away with the grand prize of 100,000 Rand.
The tournament is very important. I mean, it's important from a player's point of view, as it provides a platform for them to get scouted. We've always made it a thing that from these Kasi games, as we refer to them as, we make sure that at least we get 1 or 2 players that sign pro contracts, So outside of that, it's also more of a socio-economic hub. As you can see, there are vendors, there are people selling, and people actually make something from this tournament.
Having started with 8 teams, the tournament was whittled down to 4 on the final day. Overland got the better of the Blues FC in their last 4 showdown, while the Acha Boys were superior in their semi-final against Watford United. That set up a mouth-watering final between Overland and the Acha Boys, which many expected to be a close affair.
Please present yourself to all the best, guys.
Both teams threw everything at each other, but true to the script, the game was separated by the finest of margins. It was the Acha Boys who prevailed, with a goal from the spot. Pandemonium at the Duduza Stadium, as the men in red were crowned as the champions.
I'm proud of my chance. You work great. For a work rate, I'm proud of them. My fans. If we can see Ibo, I don't think we're so bad.
We want to say to the football ecosystem, Kasi football deserves its place in the general football ecosystem. And it's not just about, playing to sign for a big team, but it's also playing to represent your hood, your township. Here we've got 4 different townships, that are represented here at this tournament. We've got, Ituduza, we've got Soweto, we've got Posloras, we've got Davidton. Obviously, because we sponsor Ama Games Gaskopo, Diskin 99, Kwamakrobo Games, and that's why we are here, to celebrate the quintessential Kasi football experience.
Obviously, this being the first one, we're obviously trying to grow it, and with the backing of Hollywood Bets, I guess it's safe to say that it's actually in good hands. And yeah, the next 3 to 5 years are going to be awesome.
Well, there you have it then, and congratulations to the champions in that regard. And, well, it is the return of the beautifully South African game here. We'll put the World Cup to the side just for now and look forward to the Nedbank Cup, the PSL, and continue to look forward as well to the Champions League, where Mamelodi Sundowns will be competing in the weeks to come. But in as far as this week's show, we have come to an end. From myself, Sizwe Mabena, Mark Haskins out in Cape Town, as well as Jerry Sikhosana and the team behind the scenes. Until next week, from us, it's click, click, bang.